Greetings! Welcome to the wake. Microphone is on. All right, part two. All right, it's like Basketcse, part two. All right. Hope everybody enjoyed Basketcse last night. Basketcse is one of those just crazy ass movies they came out with in the 80s, right? 80s, 90s, right? And I just for the ridiculousness of it, why I love it, okay? And what can you say? I mean, you know, it was just a freak show. And if you ever see the movie Freak, well, just to go off, right? There's a movie out, it was made in like the 30s or 40s called Freaks. And it's about a bunch of people that were sideshow freaks who, like, they make a movie about how they're being abused and stuff, right? But the crazy part was, like, this was the first time that a lot of these guys got together and got to hang out with people that were, like, a little, you know, that were a little less looked at by society. But they were all together, you know? So that's what this kind of reminds me of. You know what I'm saying? Now, the movie Freaks, I'm going to see if I can get it. It's public domain, right? And it's not really a horror film. It's more like, you know, learning about, like, these people who were different than us, right? And, you know, what they go through, you know? So I'm going to put that out there, see if we can get that, right? But Basketcse 2, right? The middle movie of the triad of movies, the trilogy, the threesome, right? And you think this was wild. Wait till you get to Basketcse 3. And we'll be showing that in the beginning of June and the May. But yeah, we'll be showing it the last Friday in May. So it's like the 30th or 31st, right? You guys are going to love it. It's just, like I said, it's a ridiculous, ridiculous movie. That's all I can tell you, you know. Now, next week, right? So next week, you got me all by my lonesome, right? So the doc's away, so I'm going to be doing, let me go out and grab it. This movie is called Bells, right? And it has Richard Chamberlain in it, of all people, right? And it's actually really good. And I just watched it today, right? So I'll get everything out to you during the week. I'm gonna do my promo later on, right? But what a I should just move myself over here. All right. Okay. I don't like being on the left. I'm a more of a right line kind of guy. That was funny inside. Okay. So, The Bells, it has Richard Chamberlain in it. I watched it today. It's actually really good. And it's a low budget, really good, you know. And basically it's about people are picking up the phone and they're hearing this high-pitched thing, which fries their brain. Much like 5G. No, wait a minute. That's for Joe McPhear. Okay. And I'm going to introduce you guys to Sergeant Joe McPhear pretty soon. He's our conspiracy theorist here, you know, in the asylum. And yeah, he's got some crazy ass things to say, but he was saying them years ago, and they're all starting to happen now. Just saying, you know. But yeah. So and it's a Canadian film. We've been getting a lot of Canadian films lately, like Rituals. We said Rituals last week. Canadian film, right? Really good. This one, so Bells, kind of reminds me of, I can't think of the name of the movie where they're hearing the high-pitched things that drives them nuts. I will look it up. But, it, you know, Canadian film, typical rip-off of an American film. Canadians can't be, you know, they can't be, you know, original, right? Like they took Rituals, which was Deliverance, right? You know, what can I say? I can say that the people of Higher Universe are... Hold on for 1 second. Who could be calling me? Oh, it's Helga. I have to go. I'm live with the wake. Sorry. Helga's away, right? And just wanted to see how my little cousin Charlotte's doing. So, you know, Helga has an aunt and a cousin that she's tight with. They're like her sisters, right? And her cousin had a little baby, Charlotte, beautiful little baby, right? And Helga goes down and, you know, she's in grandmother mode now. She wants to, and she's dead. Plus, she is also known as the baby whisperer, right? You could have a baby that's crying for an hour, hand it to Helen. Baby, quiet. No, I don't want to say shut up, but quiets down like that. I'm telling you, it's a gift. It's a gift, right? Now, where was I? Oh, so Bells, right? Bells, Richard Chamberlain's in it, right? Movie's pretty good, right? What I was saying earlier, it was pretty good. I did the initial watch, right? I'm gonna watch it again and take my notes and all that, right? But like I said, it's a ripoff of an American film, and I can't think. Scanners, I think it is, right? Except no one's head blew up. Close, but no one's head blew up. But like I said, it's a good movie, right? You'll enjoy it. I'm doing it solo, right? So what I'm doing is today I'm watching it, getting my stuff together. Tomorrow I'm going to film it and do all my previews and all that crazy stuff you guys know I do to get the movie up and going. So, all right. But Belle's good. Basketcse 2, meh. Right? Right? And the boss, he just got done texting, and pardon me, he will have Freaks on when I will put it on the schedule. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to throw it on to the I'm going to take it and I'm going to throw it on to the our schedule, right? Now, I have a Google Calendar, right, that I have set up, right, and I'm having problems with it because going forward's easy. I can just share the calendar, okay? From the past, I wanted to capture all the things we did in the past on there, right? And when you load it with the spreadsheet, it adds in as a separate calendar. So when you go to share it, it gets goofy, and I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. So when I fix it, right, that way we could put our we could have like a schedule out there, things that we know are coming up, right? And you guys could just add it to your Google Calendar because it's a ICS file. Okay, now, as soon as I said that, I could hear John Murray and John Rios go, I have no idea what you just said. Okay, so I will show you how to do it. Basically, guys, and all the warriors and patients out there, you get a file, right? It's called an ICS, an International Calendar Source. That's what it stands for. And you click on it, and it loads into your calendar everything that's on that file, the calendar that I have live. So every time I update my calendar for Cemetery Cinema, it'll update your calendar. It's just like the calendar you have for your kids' sports teams or, you know, anything like that. That's how it's going to be set up. And I've been working on it, right? And I thought it had it down, and then I shared it with John and John. They couldn't open it, and hair went gray, so I'll see what I can get done. But other than that, let me tell you about the Westchester Horror Haven, right? Or Westchester, Westchester Film Fest, right? Now, the Westchester Film Fest this year, right, was amazing, as it always is, right? And one of the things that I, thoroughly enjoyed, right, was, and holy cow, what size graphic they given me here, was the horror pop-up, right? Now, that was Friday night, and again, right, really, really, really good shorts, entertaining, right, thought-provoking. The one with the mermaid, oh my God, very thought-provoking. And what I'm doing is one day this week I'm going to write the lady who I have contact. Oh, gee, what did this thing must have been the size of a house. Boom, horror pop-up. Right. So Victoria Rose, I'm gonna work with her on getting some of the addresses for these people. And for everybody who I interviewed and I spoke to, no, I have not had a chance to be able to put that together. I've been trying to get this independence reading of the Declaration of Independence put together for everybody, and I've been doing a lot of cleaning up of our files the last couple weeks, and I have things everywhere. I'm trying to get them all in one central spot. But anyway, so the horror pop-up, right? So that was on Friday night. I went over that with you guys. It was great, right? Sunday morning, I went over the stuff that happened on Saturday. Now, Sunday, and I have the full Q&A, right? I'm going to load it on, then I'm going to load like snippets up and down at Twitter or X, whatever, all that. When I get it in Instagram, when I get a chance, okay? But it was a nice, like, they had 3 people. It was the one fellow from White Meat Appetizer, right, which was very good, right? And then it was a producer, director, and then there was one lady did special effects and makeup. They were all very, very good, right? Because one thing they talked about is like, if you want to do a horror movie, what do you need to do, right? Money, first thing they brought up, you got to have the cash, right? Second, you got to have the people in place, right? Whether they're your actors, your camera guy, right? The one fella from the White Meat movie, right? He was like, you got to have an assistant. You have to have an assistant, right? Because there's only so much you can remember, right? And again, I agree, right? It's funny. I'm not good at being the man, but I'm good at being the man in the chair, which is the assistant. I'm good at that. I'm good at the background stuff. I'm good at like that. I've never been good as the head guy. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of funny because there's so many projects I involve myself in. I end up running them, right? But I'd rather be the guy that's not the face of things, right? I mean, come on. Look at this face. Would you want me to be in charge of something? Hi, John Basson for yogurt. Ooh. So then I have the whole thing, right? I'm gonna load it on YouTube. I have a lot that I want to do this week, and then after that they had animation, right? And I always love the animated shorts that they have at these different fairs because they could be like anywhere. I mean, they could go anywhere with these, right? And one was about an old guy retiring, all the things you're going to do before you retire, right? Or what you're going to do when you retire. You're going to read all your books. You're going to catch up on all your shows and all that, right? I'm semi-retired now. I sort of saw myself in a lot of that, right? Then they had the Viking girl one, and oh my God, they had a fast food one. All of them were great, right? One was like 1 minute, and that's all it needed. It was perfect, you know. So I just went, and I didn't. And again, because of my knee, I after I went to the animation block, I actually went to the airport, drove my son home, and then I just went to the recliner because know what it is, right? I could sit on the recliner with my leg up all day, right? Doesn't bother me that much, right? And if I'm walking around the house, I could do stuff like it doesn't bother me that much, right? When I'm out walking more than normal, right, or standing, right, it just aches at night because like it's you know. And I know I've been through it before, right? It's frustrating for somebody who can't sit down, right? And then I pretty much sat on my ass for the last 8 weeks. 8 weeks. It's been with this thing. Oh my goodness. Dr. Sharkey, what the hell's wrong with you? Right? Told me it'd be much better this time. Boom. So, all right. Other than that, I did a collaboration with Chad and Bunny, right, for halfway to Halloween, right? Great bunch of guys there, you know, and it was fun. Where do you see it, right? Basically, the movie's King of the Zombies, right? and it's got Matt Friend. I can't think of his first name, but the guy, black comedian from the 40s and 50s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? Funny as hell. He's kind of black guys, the eyes pop out and all that. And I found out that he was actually going to be like take Shemp's place for the Three Stooges, mainly because of all the problems they were having with Curly with his drinking, you know. So I just thought that was funny, right? That would have been an in the multiverse, right? I would love to have seen him, especially with like all the racism that was going on, right? Seeing him just like taking with the Three Stooges and taking them to the next level, right? Because I mean, the Three Stooges, they were all Jewish, so they were a minority back in the day, right? And then with Milton being an African American, right? You know, that would have been a really wild dynamic to see back in those days, because I think the Three Stooges every Saturday night from like 6 to 8, it's on MeTV before Svengoolie. And I always try to watch it because I'm never really home on Saturday nights. You know what I mean? I'm always running around with the kids and all that, right? But I always enjoyed, because I remember, like, that was like coming home from school, right? You would have at 3 and 3:30. 3 o'clock was always the Little Rascals. 3:30 was the Three Stooges. And after that, it was, you know, Ultraman, the Flintstones, all the other fun things that, you know, all of us who were, you know, boomers or Gen X, right? Or Generation Jones. Funny, I found out what Generation Jones is. It's like from like 55 to 65. It's like the in-between for the Gen X and the baby boomers. And that's me. That's me perfectly. Because I have the baby boomer, old-fashioned, right, kind of like attitude, right? But then I had the Gen X because I grew up, right? Latchkey kid. I was the one that came home from school, right, first, opened the door, right, made sure the girls my sisters did their homework, right? You know, and, you know, a lot of times I was the one getting dinner out, right, getting stuff ready for dinner. My mom or my dad would make it ahead of time, and I would throw it in the oven for everybody. I mean, it was like, you know, that was Generation X, right? We were the one guy. We were feral, independent, and don't give a shit. And that's pretty much how we are today. You know what I mean? Like you get in an argument with somebody from Generation X, and they look at you, right? And you're expecting this, like you're gonna get. And the guy will just go, "F you." And it's like, yeah. And you have nothing to say. All right. So that's where I'm at, right? Now, things I got coming up in the future, I'm going to try to get done, right? Mice and Men, I've been wanting to do it for the longest time, right? And, John, I got a funny feeling that it's not public domain anymore, because they took it off YouTube, but it's only on HBO Max. So I got to check that out. I don't know if Paramount owns it, right? And they're holding on to it, right? Another movie that I want to do, off the top of my head, can't think of it. I'm going to be working on a couple of projects for the Monster Channel. One movie I got, it's from outer space. Oh my God. What's the name of the movie? It's got Richard Hatch from Battlestar Galactica in it, right? It is Prisoners of the Lost Universe, right? I can't wait to get that one. And then there's another one. Where is it? Black Dragons. I think that's the Viking ghost one, right? And it's in black and white. It's not silent film, which is good, you know. So I'm going to be doing those two for the Monster Channel, all right. And if Jack, you're listening now, that's what I'm telling you I'm doing for the Monster Channel. I'm going to try to get them done in the next couple weeks, right? And then there's a couple more movies that I want to do that are more for WON Theater, right? Like I said, one was a Mice Man. I can't think of the other one, right? You know, and I like, you know, if like movies that, like stuff that I like to watch, right? Because I'm more like science fiction, action, adventure, right? Like Zorro. I'm looking for a Zorro 90-minute movie. I'm looking for it was Zorro and oh my God, who was the other one? There was another one I was looking at, and they were like 90 minutes, right? You know, and another one I want to get out. I'm going to pitch. So for next year, for St. Patty's Day, I know, right? I already got Mother's Day for next year, right? Set up with whatever the movie it was I sent to John, right? It's a trauma movie, and then the other one, right? Oh my God, I lost my train of thought. Choo choo. Can't think. Oh, Zorro. Oh, and The Phantom. Now, The Phantom, King features, right? Same as Mandrake the Magician and all that, right? That was huge, but it never. And they tried to make, like, they made The Lone Ranger, John Carter from Mars, and The Phantom, all in, like, you know, Disney did a couple, right? And they didn't get it. You know what I mean? Like The Lone Ranger, right? The one they did in '79. My father, like, he hated it. He was like, this is a waste of my time, right? And then they did one in like '98, '99 with Johnny Depp, right? Was even worse, right? And then they did The Phantom. Phantom was like in the mid '80s, right? And the Phantom of Ghost Who Walks. He's basically, you know, the guardian of the jungle. He's sort of like, it's sort of like a Tarzan kind of like story, right? And you know, with Tarzan, I would love to get a Tarzan movie out there, you know? So, I don't know. There's a lot of things I want to do that just aren't all cemetery cinema-ish, right? But movies that I like, right? So, all right. Yeah, that's about it. I've been yapping at you for a while. So I'm going to get together. I'm going to do the promo for Bells, and then I'm going to be working on Bells like today and tomorrow. A lot tomorrow. Oh, and tomorrow in the morning, I can't wait. In Westchester University here in PA, not Westchester, New York, they have it's Comic Book Con at the university, right? So I'm going to go down, right, check it out, right, and you know, see what they got going on there. They, according to what I saw, it's been there for a couple years. I live out here. I've never seen it. So, and then what was the third one? Oh, if anybody's heard of the Banff, BANFF Film Festival that they have in Exton, PA. It's like so I met a young lady and she was telling me that it was a horror. It was a horror film fest, and they have it every year in Exton, and I have not been able to find any information on it. And she said it was BANFF. Right now, I found like mountain climbing videos and stuff from Banff, but I haven't found that. So if anybody out there knows what that is, let me know. All right. Oh, and then the other thing I did was, do I have it? Where's it at? So I went and saw Open Space, right? See that? It's a shark movie. Can you see? All right, see it. There you go. All right, shark teeth, right? They gave you that hat, and then they gave you a life vest. Deep water. Now, I'm going to do my bit for that in a minute because the one lady wanted me to make sure that I uploaded it to Rotten Tomatoes, right? Ooh, do not look behind the curtain, right? So I'm going to be doing that later today too. And it's good, but it's like predictable. You know what I mean? Like, again, you know, it's not like predictable like Titanic that you know the Titanic's going to sink. You're enjoying the journey of getting there. This movie, the minute it begins, you sort of like, you know, the different tropes they have going on, and it just kind of like, it's been done, you know? So, all right, Mad Darbarian, OUT! And I'll be talking to you next week on Cemetery Cinema. See ya! Stop recording and streaming. Bye.